Hello and welcome to this new section and a lecture on how can you choose an improvement area to develop for this course on personality development. So in this lecture, we will talk about how to choose an improvement area to develop. And you might think that should be an easy thing. So let's look at what do you think and how can we do that. So how would you go about choosing one improvement area? You have looked at various improvement opportunities that you have, areas of improvement, uh, in competencies that can help you do better, get your career goal. So how would you go about choosing one improvement area to develop? And why one improvement area? Because it takes so much effort to make a change in your personality that you need to focus on one and do that work that we will outline as we go forward for almost 8 9 months. So it's a major change because you're going to make changes in the way you behave in that area of competency. So how would you go about making one improvement area to select one improvement area to develop? So again, it depends on where you are in your management career journey, right? And if you are in an organization, by now you would have a clear career goals, you would identified your strength and improvement areas, and from the improvement areas you would need to pick one, right? And in our case that we have been looking at your improvement area, you have lots of areas of improvement as you see here. It could be not going by the policy all the time, being diplomatic, sharpening analytical skills, improving communication skills. So the four different things, and the question is, how can you select one? So any thoughts on how could you go about selecting one? See, what it has to depend on the relevance for the future goal. Which of these improvement areas are relevant for a future goal, and where you don't have any strengths as of now. And as you will see here, there are two things that come as partially as strength also, like sharpening communication skills as well as analytical skills. So you could possibly leave out, and you could not be clear maybe about the first two. So you could at this point of time form a hypothesis about these two being the right things and wait to understand in the next section what is going on in your life, and then at that point of time you could make a more firm choice. So you could at best make a tentative choice now. So how would you go about choosing an improvement area to develop in case you were an MBA student? Any thoughts? Again, it depends on the strength and areas of improvement that you've identified, and the career goals that you have. Your long-term career goal is to develop 1,000 people in an MNC, and short-term goal is to become a team leader. And you look at your strengths and improvement areas, and in areas of improvement, you see many here. And out of that, one that the very fits in very nicely and snugly is the inspirational leadership. Because while to become a good team leader as well as a great leader of leading 1,000 people, you would need not only to be leader but a good inspirational leader. So that those could be the right areas of improvement for you to pick to fulfill your to be ready to fulfill your ambition of being a leader who leads 1,000 people in an MNC, right? So now we have chosen the improvement areas to develop. We have these improvement areas as you see on your screen now. For the senior HR manager in Indian MNC, it's about developing the competencies of not going by the policies all the time and needing to nurture the human resources, learning to differentiate HR role versus previous role, or and being diplomatic sometimes depending on the situation, adapting tactfulness, telling at the appropriate time, etc., etc. So these are the different behaviors that you could focus on developing. While for the MBA student, what we saw was it was more straightforward as an inspirational leadership, but that contains a lot of things as we go along, and that's not easy to develop, especially for a young MBA undergraduates at this point of time. Right. So having decided how to choose, having learned how to choose one improvement area to develop, what do we do next? Now get on into understanding what is going on the life, your life, or if you are coaching someone else, it is in his or her life. So what you need to understand is what is going on in life from two perspectives. One is to and firm up the improvement area that you work if you are already a working professional, and in other cases, as you will see, to determine what should be your goals, right? So that's what we will do in the next lecture. So thank you so much for watching this lecture on how to choose an improvement area to develop in this course on personality development. I hope you continue to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture.